Today on William's Adventures, I am down in the shop again working on the Skyrim Dragonbone Greatsword. I've been doing a lot of painting. I've been down here for 3-4 hours. I just got back from eating lunch upstairs, and I wanted to show you the project progress I've made. So I'm going to flip the camera around and show you what I've been doing. All right. So what I started off with is, if you remember, this was all taped off, and so I painted the black part of the metal. Then I painted the edges of the rivets, and one of the last things I did was I went through and detailed the edge here with a silver paint so it looked like it had been worn and used. Next thing I'm going to be working on is actually painting the bone part of the blade. And what I did was I took the silver paint I had and just outlined each one of these swirls. Pardon me. And went all the way up, so highlighting the edge so it looks like metal. And then I initially started on the Skyrim logo. One of the first places I started was in here, put the black in here, and then highlighted the silver, and then painted it so it would as closely resemble the picture as possible that I have for reference here. I think I've done a pretty damn good job. And it does look very much like it is metal, which is what I was going for. And we'll move over here. As you can see, I mixed up some other paint colors in here, and then I did dry brushing of the black, the blue that was there, and the white. And what I got over here is a couple yellows and browns to do the coloring for the sword. So I quite literally just finished painting the blade for the sword, and I like the way it turned out. It turned out a little bit darker than I was wanting, but it's very unique. So I'm going to flip the camera around and show you what I got. Guys, give me your opinion on this. And I did both sides, as you can see here. And what I tried to do was model this darkness, how it kind of fades from real dark here up until it gets lighter and lighter all the way to the tip, which is what I tried to model there. As you can see here, I might want to take and do this part here, but I don't know. Kind of like the way it turned out, because this is more of a gray brown. So I did mix quite literally gray into it, and then what I did was I just kept coating it with I started out with this dark yellow, and then I lightened up the yellow and coated it, and then I kept lightening this up over and over and over again until I got the lighter, as you can see here. And you can see that there's multiple shades in here. Let me take this out here in the sunshine. Yeah. And I did take and keep the indents in here a little bit darker so it adds some depth to it. Kind of fades out, but you can see how it gets lighter on this. I really like the way it turned out. Yeah, it kind of washed out the color. Sorry about that. But yeah, I progressively kept working from in here out to the edge, and so that's why the edge is a lot lighter, and there's different colors in here, and it's all mixed in, and I really like that because it's actual bone looking, and it's not perfect. And here's a great example where you can actually see the colors fading out to this very edge. Because I quite literally did the very edge of it. I think that'll work. Now, the next leg of my journey is taking this leather, and what I'm planning on doing is leather wrapping the handle and having this cut out so it's pretty much flush with it. In there, leather wrapping this part and this part up here. It's turning out rather nicely. Although I've spent a majority of the day, well, I spent all day so far down here. It is currently 3:30 when I'm finishing or filming this, and I started at like 9:30 this morning. As you can see here, like the edges are worn off, so it gives that metallic feel to it. Definitely liking this. But yeah, now the next part's figuring out the leather wrapping for this handle, which is going to be a lot of measuring and cutting, and then making sure this is glued in here. Because I don't know if you noticed, it's probably not very noticeable on here. Let me get something to point with and sit down. But sorry for all the shaking. As you can see right along in here, there's this white dotted line. So I'm thinking that it's actually leather lace. You can really see it on this one here. And that is my current plan, is to well, I'm thinking, let me get this over here, is taking and having the leather lace run up the edge here and over here. And it looks like it's in the middle here too. So I'm almost thinking like 3/4 of an inch, half an inch. I'm going to have to take the measurements here and then cut strips and put in a seam, or punch the holes for the seam, and then wrap it around here and fix this into place, which I'm still working on. Ooh, I just noticed something I don't like. There we go. Because I don't want the brass parts of these to show through. These are brass nails or pins. But there we go. That is the Dragonbone Greatsword. up to this point where beside the handle. So there you go. Tell me in the comments below what you think of my painting job. Whether you like it, whether you don't like it, whether it looks cool. Also remember to like and subscribe to my channel for more content that is coming out. Alright, well, thank you for joining me today on William's Adventures, and let's go on an adventure and create something new.